Live, yeah.
Yo, hello, what's up, everybody? And it's Diwali. I wish everyone happy Diwali. Hashtag Team DW. And yeah, we have lots of topic to discuss. So let's go on with the usual drill. Mic check, video check. If all is fine, then we can start talking. Okay.
So we have 27 people live. Let's wait for some more people to join in. Hmm.
Oh, I think that takes time. So can you guys hear us? All if the audio is fine.
Oh, nice. We have cute little diyas behind you. It's all
Oh,
Diwali
it's all
vibes.
Diwali vibes. Oh yes, there we go. So yeah, people are live. People are live. So yeah, so let's go like this. So there's Diwali sale. So of course we'll be talking about which phone should you buy, what are the hottest deals, what we think that you guys should get it, and it's yay or nay. Overall, that will go about that. And the second best thing in this week has been Snapdragon 8 Elite processor. Like Snapdragon is on fire. Those graphs, everything. They've been sued by all of that latest stuff we'll talk. And second, processors are going to get complicated in smartphones. It's already complicated in laptops, but in smartphone it's going to get more complicated. So which company makes which smartphone? If you are going to buy a smartphone, which processor should you consider and what is acceptable at every price range? I think that's the one. And fourth is gonna be geohotstar.com. That was like a pretty crazy ride. And we'll also be talking about OxygenOS 15 that has been launched. And we, if you guys want, we can. I have not watched the entire thing, but we can live react on that One UI and OxygenOS 15 jab. That's there. Okay.
And as always, we will also be taking all your questions in middle of the conversation. So anything that you would like to ask, guys, feel free to have leave it in the comments.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. I think the sale never ended, but they actually midway changed the entire thing. So Great Indian Festival Diwali sale is going on. That is on Amazon. And what's the name of Flipkart? Big Diwali sale on Flipkart. So it is a Diwali sale. Diwali is a pretty big occasion in India. So
So should we take a poll or should we ask Team TechWiser how many of them are yet to buy a new smartphone?
yes, let's go.
Uh, So, guys, whoever is planning to buy a new smartphone or a new gadget, just let us know in the comments so that we can help you in the right way.
Are you creating a poll?
A lot of iPhone comments I can see. iPhone
iPhone
15,
15 Plus and 65K is
planning to buy a new
justified.
phone. Oh, interesting. There are a lot of people who want to buy a new phone. Buying S23, Xiaomi for 48K, iPhone 15.
So you know what? Let's start off like this. Let's talk price wise. What are the phones that are currently in offer, and what is the one that you should consider? Mostly, if I see, there is not much of a difference in terms of offers as compared to the previous this big billion day and all of that sale. But again, if you're looking to buy a smartphone, I think sale is the best time that you get, because phones that are usually expensive get like about 5,000 cheaper. Like the 20,000 phone comes down to 15,000, the 30,000 phone comes down to 25,000. So it's a good time to get that. So let's start with under 15,000. So under 15,000, there are three smartphones currently that are on discount. Number one is the CMF Phone 1. I think main USP, you get good processor, Dimensity 7300. It's one of those few phones that is still going on with zero bloatware, zero ads, anything. One of the few phones that comes with clean software. So that is available under 15,000 with offers. I think CMF Phone 1 is exclusive on Amazon. And if you have any questions in 15,000 price range, like go for it. We'll answer that. Oh, exclusive on Flipkart. My bad. Not exclusive on Amazon. Then there is Realme Narzo 70 Turbo, which is basically a gaming phone in this price range. Usually you don't get phones that are high performing in this price range. Again, it comes with 7300 energy, which is like a kind of a variant of 7300, but more or less same. But the thing is, you get 90 FPS in BGMI. So if you're looking specifically to play BGMI or COD on this phone, I think Realme Narzo 70 Turbo in this price range is a good deal. The only thing is, Realme has a lot of bloatware and ads. Then there is Moto G85, which I feel is a good overall all-rounder phone that is available around 16,000 rupees. The main camera is good. Like, it takes good photos from the main camera. Okay. Oh, were you looking at something?
Yeah, I'm looking at the questions to pick. So we have this question. Indu's asking best smartphone under 25,000.
Best smartphone under 25,000. I think one of them is Poco F6. If you're just looking purely for performance, you get Snapdragon 8s Gen 3. It comes around this price point. And Snapdragon 8s Gen 3 is like slightly underclocked version of 8 Gen 3. It's pretty powerful. You get on-device AI, all of that stuff. It's probably the most affordable phone that comes with Snapdragon 8s Gen 3. You get HyperOS, Android 14, all of that. The camera is not that good, like it's slightly below average, but if you're looking purely at performance, Poco F6 is there. Another option, if you want better camera, I think H50 Neo. I was daily driving the phone. I put up some photos on Twitter and it takes like really good photos.
How about Nothing Phone 2? There's also a question from Gotham. Is it worth buying a Nothing Phone 2 at 30,000, 27,000?
So it comes with Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1, and Nothing Phone 2 still I feel has 1 or 2 years of extra updates remaining, and Nothing is very good in its track record of providing updates. So you will get Nothing OS 3 that is based on Android 14 somewhere in December. That's still in beta. So by that logic, Nothing Phone 2 is still their best flagship. Like, they have not launched Nothing Phone 3 this year. So yeah, if you want a different standard phone, I think Nothing Phone 2 is a good option.
I think this is also an interesting one. You are driving the H50 Neo as your daily driver, right?
Yes.
So how does it compare with the H50 Fusion?
Okay, so H50 Neo is, first of all, just by the hands of it, H50 Neo is a flat display phone. It's slightly compact, 6.4 inch, whereas H50 Fusion is a slim phone. It has a curved display. Battery life wise, H50 Neo has better battery life since it comes with an LTPO display. The display can fluctuate between 1 hertz to all the way to 120 hertz. So it does give better battery life. H50 Fusion doesn't have that great of a battery life if you're a heavy user. In terms of camera, I feel both of them are on par. In terms of performance, I think H50 Neo comes with Dimensity 7300, whereas H50 Fusion has Snapdragon 7s Gen 2. So performance wise, that is better. So pick your thing, what you want. If you need, just to wrap it up, if you need like a slim phone, you don't use it quite a lot, but you need slightly heavier multitasking performance and all of that, then I think you should go with H50 Fusion. And if you want a more compact phone and just daily drive it outside, mostly on 5G, then I think H50 Neo is a good option.
Okay, so little bit of sneak. Preet is asking, I never knew where you guys are from. In tech, from guy where TechWiser is from, and by the way, we love your content. So thank you guys, thank you Preet. We glad to hear you that you are loving our content. We are currently sitting in our office, and this is our studio. A lot of more content maybe will be made from here. But in general, our office is in Noida NCR.
Lot of more exciting stuff is going to come. By the end of this year, we have like 2-3 good projects planned, and next year there's going to be really good.
Okay. Okay. How about 50,000 or something? What do we have in sale there?
So above 50,000, it's actually very interesting. Like, first of all, we just put up a video on the Xiaomi 14. Again, compact phones in flagship are pretty rare where you get a flagship processor. So Xiaomi 14 is there at 47 or 48,000 rupees. There is iQOO 12, which is still, I think, not the cheapest, but the most affordable Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 that came at the start of the year. So if you're a hardcore performance user, that is there at 49,000. And then there is iPhone 15, which is 53,000 with card offers and everything.
But tell me one thing. If I have a budget of 50,000,
correct,
and I know a lot of flagship will be launching in the next month or so, which will be like iQOO OnePlus 13 will come at 65, iQOO 13 will come at 60, 55,000, something like that. So should I spend money on like 50,000 on a 1-year-old flagship, or should I wait a month and get the next year flagship, which will be coming with 8 Elite? And the performance difference is going to be huge.
So one thing is going to be pretty consistent with all the flagships that are launching in November and December.
Hmm.
Snapdragon 8 Elite is expensive, so you should expect a raise of 5,000 to 10,000 in all the flagships that will launch. So the cheapest Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 phone last year was iQOO 12, which launched at around 55-60,000. So even that would go 65-70,000. So you should be expecting 8 Elite to start from 65-70,000. If that's your budget, if that is what you have money, I would recommend wait. Don't buy a smartphone right now. But if you're already
You
stretching,
never let anyone buy a smartphone.
yes, because I know smartphones that are,
this guy, he will never let you buy
because
a
I know
smartphone.
smartphones that are going to launch after a month. So but if you're already stretching your budget from 30,000 to 40,000 or 50,000, get it right now. There's nothing out of the blue that will come in the next 1 or 2 months.
Acha, so you were talking about the Snapdragon 8 Gen 4, aka the 8 Elite,
8
and
Elite.
it was launched maybe a day or two ago. So
Yes.
for a layman like me, let's say, or the honest chat who are watching it, who doesn't understand the processor as much or the in-depth of it, help me understand what is 8 Gen Elite, why it is so premium, why it's so different this time. What is the new thing?
So first of all, Snapdragon has changed the processor name again. So it's not called 8 Gen 4, it is called 8 Elite, because they name their laptop chips as X Elite. So they are making it more in line with that naming scheme. So now your 8 Gen 4 will be called 8 Elite. I don't know afterwards it will be 9 Elite, 7 Elite or whatever, but it's 8 Elite as of now. 8 Elite is a big deal because here's how smartphone processors are made. If I have to give you an example, suppose there are 3 different types of companies involved here. So just to give you a simple example, if I'm a builder, I want to build a house, I will not make a land out of thin air. I'll just go to the government and I'll tell them I need a land. Or I'll go to an architect and tell him I need a rough blueprint of how to make a house. And then I have the blueprint. So this government or this architect that we are talking about, which gives you the blueprint, is ARM. ARM holds the license of all the processors that you see in your smartphone or car or even handheld devices. All the low power chips are made by ARM. ARM holds the license of that. Then again, I'm a builder. Now I got the license from ARM. I have all the rough blueprint of how to build a house. But now I'll apply my own brain and maybe I'll decide this room has to be bigger, this room can be smaller. I want a combination of 2 toilets, 3 bedrooms and 4 kitchen. That I can do on my own behalf. But now I have to build, and that company is Snapdragon, Exynos, Tensor or Apple. I'm the builder. I decide, I make my own customization and I decide how the house should look. But now
the interior designer?
Yeah, only interior designer. I'm just mixing and matching combinations. I'm just doing whatever is better for my own house. But now I don't have people to build the house. Then I go to TSMC or Samsung. There are 2 popular people who manufacture chip, and I guide them step by step how to build my house. So there are 3 major companies involved in making a processor.
Okay, so help me understand if I get it right, and I'm speaking from the audience perspective. So there is a flat that we are making in Mumbai, है ना, एक पूरा building. So Mumbai municipality that will give me the land is ARM.
Yes.
After that, the people who will design the blueprint of that flat, the interior designer or the civil engineer guy, they are your Snapdragon and
Exynos,
Tensor or Apple.
Yeah.
And after that, I will hire construction guys who will come with their own labor, own machinery, own cement and everything, and they will lay the bricks and thing. These are the foundry makers like
TSMC or Samsung.
Or Snapson.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how it works. So basically, there are 3 different companies involved to get you a smartphone processor. Now the deal here is why Snapdragon is a very big deal, because now everyone licenses their processor from ARM because they don't want to build it from scratch. But now, if you're a builder, I'm a builder, Shobik is a builder, we all 3 have the same licenses from ARM, and there is only some limitations to the combinations that we can make. Like I can tune the processor to 4.2 gigahertz, you can make it to 4.1, he can make it to 4. There's only so much little room. But now I go out and I just take the land from you and I say I'll build it my own way. I'll do things like I want to do, which is their Orion course, which is what they did with X Elite in their laptops, and that is what they're doing right now. in their smartphone.
Mhm.
So Orion Cores is the very big deal that they're doing, and that's how they have an edge over all the other smartphone processor companies like Dimensity, Tensor, Exynos, or even Apple.
Mhm.
And this thing is a big deal because they are seeing huge jumps from last year. That's 50% more performance in GPU, 45% more performance in CPU, and 45% more AI performance. So it's like a whole generation of jump, if you see.
So here, from what I can understand, there are three components. One is the architect provider, which is ARM, aka the municipality. Second is the blueprint maker, aka Snapdragon. And then there is a third component, which is actually the constructor or the developer, जो construction करेगा, which is basically TSMC. So if I'm a mobile processor manufacturer, do I need all three components? ऐसा कोई ब्रांड नहीं है जो एक साथ ही तीनों काम करते हैं?
Samsung is one of those which do two of the part. Like they have their own foundry and they also design their own chips. So
they still get it from ARM.
They still get it from ARM, but they design it themselves and they manufacture it themselves. Intel doesn't work with ARM, but Intel has their own x86. They design it and they also manufacture it. But
what about the Google का जो Tensor है? Yeah. In the G4, I think they are going to partner with the TSMC, है ना, latest. So is it going to be the same thing?
It should be what Snapdragon is doing right now. It should be more or less in that line. Because previously they used Samsung Exynos and it was just a mix and match of Samsung Exynos ka rebranded Tensor processor. So this time they're going to do it slightly different.
Okay, got it. Now what about the controversy? I think like I have heard some controversies, or maybe they have given us, ARM has sued Snapdragon for 60 days and they have to get back because of something. So what exactly happened there? Help me understand as a layman.
So basically ARM licensing is very complex. I give license to some 200 companies. So suppose I gave you license to you and I gave license, like ARM gave license to me, you and Shobik. Now you have some separate amount of licensing and patents. I have some separate amount of licensing and patent. But the next day I went ahead and acquired you. And then I used your technology to build some other processor. Now now Snapdragon went ahead and acquired Nuvia in 2021. Nuvia, just to give you a gist, is again a processor designing company, and most of the people from Nuvia are ex-Apple engineers. So they formed Nuvia, then Snapdragon overtook Nuvia in 2021, and now ARM is having problem because they are using some of the, it's all patent infringing thing. It's all their licensing deal. So now they are asking Snapdragon, and this is specifically for the laptop processors. Orion Cores is coming from Nuvia. So it is specifically for the laptop processors. They are saying to take everything down and they have a 60 days time
this
period.
Is only for the laptop processor,
this is only
not
for
the smartphone ones?
Not, apparently not that much for a smartphone, but it's mostly for the Copilot Plus PCs.
Oh, acha, I was thinking it was for the smartphone ones. Interesting.
No, it's just for the Copilot Plus PC.
Chalo, moving on. We had a very interesting TIL, the smart Snapdragon 8 Gen 4.
Yes.
The Elite. It will take some time to get accustomed to 8 Gen
8 Elite
rather than 8 Gen 4. And I think the next generation, what do you think they will call it? 8 Elite 2, 8 Elite 3,
8 class, that? 8 classist. 8 class. I don't know, 9 Elite maybe?
9 Elite.
But then they again run into a board with 10 Elite. Like what do you call it?
And they have maintained their 8 series. Na? Pehle 888 tha, then they waited 8 Gen,
8
so
Gen
8
1,
Elite.
8 Gen 2, 8
so I think they want to keep the flagship to 8 only. Okay, so let's take some questions. I see a super chat. Let's take this. So best camera phone under 25,000 for Fahd. I think 25,000 is the most active category. 70% of the questions that we see here is
from 25,000 to 30,000.
T3 Pro. T3 Pro is basically IQ Z9 Pro.
No, it has Dimensity 8300. They made it slightly different from that. They made it different.
Or Moto Edge 50 Neo or Fusion or Nothing 2A Plus or Honor 200. Oh my god, how many of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a best smartphone under 25,000 script. Only Vivo Service Center available in my area. Okay.
So you're going for Nothing Phone 2A?
He's not. His father.
Okay, his father is Moto Edge 50 Neo, Moto Edge 50 Fusion, Nothing Phone 2A, and what's the fourth one?
Honor 200.
Honor 200. So personally, we have not tried Honor 200, and Honor 200 still has a lot of distance to go. Like they just launch a phone and they disappear. So Honor 200, we have personally not tried, so not fair to recommend or do anything about it. Then comes to Nothing Phone 2A, Moto Edge 50 Neo, and Moto Edge 50 Fusion. I think Moto Edge 50 Fusion and Nothing Phone 2A both are bigger phones. Curved display or flat display is something that it's your personal preference. What do you prefer? All three of them have clean software. The only distinguishing factor between all the three phones is Phone 2A is more powerful, but the camera is not that good. Edge 50 Fusion, balanced performance, but camera will be better than Nothing Phone 2A. And then comes Edge 50 Neo, which is a compact phone, better battery life. So,
Interesting. Chalo, there are a lot of super chat. Oh my god, let's take them quickly.
once you start taking super
start
chats,
there's no
then
end
their
to it.
super chats come.
Yeah. So there's another one from Ratna. Moto H50 Pro. Again, I think the ballpark number is 2530. Or Samsung Galaxy S23 FE. Between the two, should I get the between the two,
Oh, there's
and
two
should I get
questions.
the
Oh,
iPhone 15 or buy the iPhone 16 for the AI feature? Okay.
So let's break it down into two parts. I'll let you take the iPhone one. Let's break down the Moto Edge 50 Pro and S23 FE into one. And this is for the entire audience that is watching. S23 FE has just gotten to 28,000. It was previously launched at around 55,000. It was selling for 35.
Just like how it is with
Just
every
like
FE
every
series.
FE series.
50 will be the MRP, sale will be at 40ish,
and
and
then
people will buy at 30ish.
30,000. That's the life cycle of FE series in India. So to break down Edge 50 Pro and S23 FE, S23 FE will have better performance, will have better video camera performance, will have better telephoto compared to Moto Edge 50 Pro. And update situation again will be better on S23 FE. You get more AI features, and Samsung has a very good track record of updating their phones. Only thing that you will get on Moto Edge 50 Pro is faster charging. That is there. They give you, I think, 125 watt if you get the 256 GB variant, and if you get the 128 GB variant, you get around, I think, 68 or 89 watt. No, 68 watt. 68 watt, 125 watt. And then again, 125 watt it heats up, so you will have to go back to 68 watt charging. It's curved display, IP rating, wireless charging, both the phone have. If you ask me neck to neck, I would recommend S23 FE. The only thing is bezels and all, it's a bigger phone. If that is your concern, then Moto Edge 50 Pro. Otherwise, in all the aspects, I think S23 FE performs better. And yes, iPhone 15 or iPhone 16 for AI features.
I think there are many small difference, like the adaptive brightness is there and camera में थोड़ा filter डाल
No,
दिया.
the AI features.
AI features.
15 versus 16.
Okay, so let's talk about the 15 versus 16 का major three differences. तीन जो major differences है. The screen is same, most of the thing is same. One thing is iPhone 15 has A16 and iPhone 16 has A18 processor. So processor में there is almost one generation gap. बहुत बड़ा. That is huge. The second difference would be camera is same, front camera is Motorola is same. Second would be the AI features. iPhone 15 will never get AI feature. iPhone 16 will get all the AI features. And third, the hardware, उसमें camera button that you get, and iPhone 16 में you have a camera button, iPhone 15 में you don't have the camera button. So again, and you won't be able to. Action button, camera button, वो नहीं है. I think action and camera button is already, a lot of people have said, and even we think it's a very gimmicky feature. And the placement is not that great.
Action button though anyways is still useful, but the camera control button is just too much hassle. Like you cannot use it. It's better to just touch the screen and use it.
So out of three differences, one is already set aside. Utta use they won't be having. Now processor is one major difference, but then again, I have been an Apple user for almost 7-10 years now, all in the Apple ecosystem. It has a very good processor for 7 years or so. Most of the iPhone runs. So even if you get, the real difference will only come in AI features. Now iOS 18.2 has recently launched, and it has all the new AI features.
Beta.
Although it's still saying that it's basically a camera lens. It's like a Google lens. So a lot of AI features are just as it is. मतलब बहुत कुछ आया नहीं, and most of it you will get in the mid 2025. But then again, it's how the bet you take. Like if it was me and money was not in concern, I would have definitely take a bet on how good the AI would be. But if money is in concern and you're getting a really good deal, and you will eventually buy another iPhone in 2 to 3 years, then iPhone 15 at a discounted rate is also good price. So that's how you should take it. Like, what is your bet on AI? Do you need an AI right now? then get an iPhone 16. But if you're getting a good value for money, then get an
I think
iPhone
most
15.
people don't care about the AI features as of now.
आया भी नहीं,
It is
it's
one
not
of the
even there.
small features you would consider while buying a phone. It's like, hai to hai, acha hai, good for me. I don't think it changes your buying decision.
Changes your buying
What I
decision.
would recommend is if you're mostly on the outside, you use map navigation 5G all the time. You can also check out 15 plus. That will have very good battery life compared to 15. Because battery life is one thing.
Yeah, bad. But then again, when you increase your budget, then thoda sa, if you increase it more, you get the Pro series. उसमें तो AI भी आएगा, and that's like the iPhone to buy actually. That is the iPhone to buy.
Never ending thing.
Chalo, let's take another super chat. Yeah. Oh, I have a Google Pixel 7 and I'm planning to switch to iPhone for the first time. Oh, interesting. My guy.
Pixel 7. You came from Nexus, right? You came from Nexus.
Yeah, that's a journey. Everybody comes from Nexus. It's like mostly start with a Chinese phone, OnePlus phone, Pixel, then Samsung. Either you stop at Samsung or you go to iPhone, and then the journey stops.
It's to be OnePlus.
It's a hero's journey for smartphones. So I have a Google Pixel 7 and I'm planning to switch to iPhone for the first time. Please suggest a good iPhone in 6.1 size. Basically, I think it has to be the base.
Pro or the base.
I have no budget issue.
I think iPhone 15 Pro is a very safe choice. You will get all the Pro features. You probably might spend a little bit more than iPhone 16, but you get the telephoto camera, the 3x telephoto camera. You will get all the Apple Intelligence features, plus the always on display and all of that. They don't give 120 hertz dynamic motion display or Pro motion display. You get all the Pro features. So I think iPhone 15 Pro is
the phone to buy.
Is a good phone to buy as per your requirements.
And of course, since you mentioned that budget is not an issue, so if that is the case, the latest iPhone is always the best and the greatest iPhone. But if we talk about the value for money proposition, then the 15 Pro.
15 Pro. I think 16 Pro they made it 6.3 rather than 6.1. They made it 6.3.
Oh, nice. I like this question. Prithvi is asking, nerd alert. Yeah, we guys are also nerds, so very glad to hear a comment like nerd alert. What software do you guys use for multi-camera streaming? It looks wonderful. All credit goes to our Shobikda.
So it's basically an online platform that lets you. So YouTube natively from your phone doesn't let 3 people do live stream at the same time. So either OBS, Streamlabs, or StreamYard Online is an option. So we use StreamYard.
I think they've recently added this feature on their mobile app where 2 people can join.
2 people can go, but it's only on the smartphone.
It's only on the smartphone, not on the desktop. Oh. Yeah, it eats a lot of Wi-Fi. Yeah, it does. Like actually, we are running on 100 Mbps, and even then
it still feels slow.
It still.
We could do OBS, but then OBS requires a lot of back and forth switching, mic, and all of that. So we are fine at least as of now on StreamYard.
Okay, there's another one. 50K budget. What phone to buy? All around performance.
50K budget. iQOO 12 has the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. You will get a 3x periscope camera. Camera is okay-ish. Sometimes now with the dark skin or medium skin people, it tries to brighten the skin. That is something that I've been facing with the phone while we tried. Front camera only does 1080p video. So if you're looking for selfie and all of that, videos or all of that, that is still there. But in terms of performance, it's actually one of the highest performing Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 at that price range. So purely performance, yeah. Also, FunTouch OS 14 is there. FunTouch OS 15 beta is incoming, but you'll get slightly bloatware and a bit of notifications, ads, and all of that.
This is a very interesting question and a genuine one. How to convince parents to get rid of a 7-year-old Samsung Galaxy J6? So let's remove the smartphone and we just talk about how to convince your parent to get rid of 7-year-old.
I think Mrinal is good at that. Go for it. Mrinal is good at that.
I think the best strategy that I have realized over the years to convince your parents is just to give them the taste of something new and let them use it. Don't tell them the price. Tell them that you got it as a gift from your company or maybe someone you won it in the gift or something, and just give them the taste of it for like a couple of days, a week, or a month. I have seen mostly if you tell, like, if you want to take your parents out on a vacation, you say that it's sponsored by the company, they will thoroughly enjoy it. And if you tell them that you're paying for it and they see the price, they will not enjoy it. So just give them the taste and don't tell them the price. I'm pretty sure they cannot come back from that.
So let's take it for the audience.
Uh,
If I'm a very layman user, I'm looking at this sale and I'm confused by Dimensity, MediaTek, what all of that. So can you just in 4 lines simplify what is smartphone processor market right now?
4 lines. Okay, I will try my best.
Go for it. Or just 60 seconds. Go for it.
Okay,
Uh,
so we have 5 companies:
yeah.
MediaTek, Snapdragon, Google का Tensor, Samsung का Exynos, and
Unisoc.
Unisoc. Let's remove Unisoc
Or
for
just
now. Apple का A16.
A16.
So we have that mental map now. Ab, let's start with the simplest one, Apple. Apple is making only for iPhone, and it is A16, A17, A18, A18 तक है. The highest flagship is A18, and now they have added a new variant. एक Pro होता है. पहले it was all A13, A14, A15. 16 से they have 17 से they have started adding the Pro version. So Pro series will have A18 Pro, and the base will have A18. So this is Apple for you. They will only make, it's based on ARM, but they will only make it for iPhone. So next we go to slightly easiest one again, which is Google Tensor. Google Tensor is also very easy to understand. G1, Tensor G1, G2, G3, G4. G4 is the latest one. Again, Google only makes for Pixel devices, and that's it. And we all know it is now changing. They will work with TSMC and change their reputation. But
as of now in the market,
so Google make Tensor. Uske baad, let's talk about Samsung. Samsung has Exynos series. Mostly it comes in budget segment and not in their flagship. So mostly you will see in A series, M series. And usme the flagship is Exynos 2400, and 2400 is the series, 24, 23, 22. And for mid-range they will make like 1580, 1400 series.
1780.
So that is Samsung. Samsung, you can see Exynos will come in mid-range to budget. है ना? Now let's go to the MediaTek before we come to the Snapdragon thing. MediaTek has Dimensity का 3 series. जो flagship होगा, that will start with 9400, which is their latest flagship. 94, 93, 92. That is the flagship level. Then we have mid-range. Mid-range usually comes at 8300, 82 ऐसे करके. So
8 series.
8 series, and budget is 7 series. So it's very simple. 7, 8, 9. 7300, which is you will get in nothing. CMF वाला जो है. So budget में 700 series, mid में 800 series, and top में flagship 900 series. Now Snapdragon is the king. From what we have seen so far, Snapdragon, if once you cross the benchmark of 50,000, most of the customer want Snapdragon. So they are the most popular processor and usually the most powerful one as well. So the flagship is called 8 Elite, but you usually get that 8 series. 8 Gen 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1. And usse pehle 888, 845 aata tha. Then at mid-range, you get 7 series, 7 Gen 321, budget mein 6 Gen 321 or 695. And entry level, which is very interesting, is 4 Gen 2 or the 4S Gen 2 that will launch in India under 8,000.
So just to summarize in price point, like as far as I can understand, there are 5 companies that make processors, which is Apple, Google, Snapdragon, MediaTek, and the 5th one is Exynos. Exynos we see very rarely. Apple only comes with iPhone. Google only makes for Google, Tensor. The 2 major companies that you would be mostly confused about is MediaTek or Snapdragon. As per my understanding, I think budget you will get MediaTek 7000 series. Mid-range you get 8000 series from MediaTek, and in the flagship, which is very rare to see, but you get 9000 series. Not many companies use that. MediaTek is mostly popular in budget and mid-range series.
Correct.
Then we come to Snapdragon. Snapdragon, if you go from budget 10-15,000, you'll get Snapdragon 4 series. If you go slightly up, you get Snapdragon 6 series. If you go in mid-range, you'll get Snapdragon 7 series. And the topmost flagship above 50,000 or 35-40,000, they use Snapdragon 8 series. It could be 8 Gen 1, 8 Gen 2, 8 Gen 3. All of that. I think that's what it is.
That is the summary, but this is a very layman thing. There are a lot of
combinations, but this is like a mind map. You can, if you have to explain it to your parents or your friend, I think this is what you should tell them.
Snapdragon also has that plus and S. So whenever and there is also the Dimensity 7200 and 7300. It sounds like Dimensity 7300 would be obviously more powerful than a 7200, but that's not the case. So this is a layman picture, but inside you do need the tech YouTubers and all of that. Like We still exist.
We still exist. You have to watch video.
Yeah, yeah,
Even
we have
after
to
this,
watch
this
it.
it wouldn't. This confusion will never end. Even after this, you need to watch videos.
Yeah.
Okay, that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Chalo, let's take some questions. Oh my God, we have so many super chat piling up. Chalo, so khatam karte hain. I need a budget TWS. Budget TWS is 20,000. I need a.
I
Acha,
need
best
best
TWS.
TWS.
Yeah, yeah. Acha. My
Budget is
budget is
20,000.
20,000.
I want best everything, especially mic need for meeting, removes background noise. I own S23 and PC which has Bluetooth. Ah, since you have Samsung, I would have recommended Buds 2
But 3
3
Pro.
Pro,
3 Pro.
Buds 3 Pro. But since you have a PC, it will not connect to both of them at the same time. You will need a Samsung account. Samsung doesn't let you do multi-device connect. So another option that you have is XM5 from Sony. Has pretty good noise cancellation, pretty good sound quality, but then again there are a bit tough on the ears. You'll have to get used to it. Another really good option is OnePlus Buds 3 Pro that will come around 10-12,000. You are saving on the budget, has good sound quality. You'll need to do a bit of tuning, but you get multi-device connectivity, you get the pinch gesture. Mic quality is pretty good on calls. So that's what you're looking for, I think.
Okay, so next up we have CD0508. Confused on S24 Plus or the Ultra, S23 Ultra. So,
I don't play
latest
games.
S24 Plus or the last year S23 Ultra, please suggest. I don't play games. Reliability, durability is important, or is it wise to
Why should
shift
shift to iPhone?
iPhone 15 Plus or 16?
Ah,
Interesting. So Ultra, S24 Plus, or
iPhone
iPhone
15
15
Plus or 16.
16
See,
16.
S23 Ultra and S24 Plus any day will have better camera than an iPhone. My suggestion would be, I think if you have already a MacBook, it makes sense to get an iPhone. Otherwise, if तो आपका हमेशा का सपना है तो then get an iPhone. I don't think 15 plus or 16. That is, I think Android versus iOS is your call. Totally, I will not interfere there. What I can tell you is, I think get S23 Ultra. S23 Ultra, you will get lesser amount of updates, but it's a big phone. You'll get better battery life than S24 Plus. You will get additional 3x, 5x, 3x, 10x camera. It will also have the S Pen. It's a larger display. You will enjoy watching movies on it. If I were in your place, I would pick S23 Ultra.
है ना? I did. I
Yes.
recently bought one. So should I buy the iQOO Neo 9 Pro or wait for the new model or the price drop on Neo 9 series, 9 Neo 9 Pro, as iQOO Neo 9 Pro was launched in February 2024? Kindly suggest. So should I buy the Neo Pro or wait for the newer model?
Or price drop.
Or the price
I don't
drop.
think Neo 9 Pro will have that many price drops. It is still the phone that comes with 8 Gen 2. I think either is the most cheapest. Not sure. It comes with Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. The gaming performance is really good. You only get one ultra wide angle camera. There is no telephoto or that type of camera, which you might get in Motorola S23 FE and all of that. So camera priority wise, I will not recommend. But if gaming is your sole priority, I think you should go with iQOO Neo 9 Pro.
Oh, nice. We have a very interesting question.
Make a
And
video.
just like always, Honest Chat is able to guess the title of our next video. Happens a lot. So as it turns out, we are already working on this video and we were shooting it yesterday. So Amit is asking, make a video on every OS comparison. Basically the OS of the year or the Go tier, the tier, putting it in the tier.
Yes.
So Amit, you will be glad to know that this video is already shot. Yeah, this is interesting, and I think a lot of people will have this doubt. CMF Phone 1, the one with Dimensity 7300, under 18,000.
CMF Phone 1 under... Oh, I can't see the question, but hold on.
Can I consider CMF Phone 1 under 18,000?
CMF Phone 1, I think the base one comes with 4 GB RAM, if I'm not wrong. 6 GB RAM. And I think they have 8 GB RAM, 256 GB variant. No, 8 128 hai, 6 128 hai, under 18,000. Camera wise, nahi. Performance wise, I still think Clean OS. Performance wise, that is the best one in this price range. If you need camera, I would recommend try Moto G85 or something. But if camera is not your priority, I think a really good phone at that price. Really good phone.
Hmm. Oh yeah. And how does it compare with GT20 Pro? Infinix
Acha,
GT20.
Infinix
Ah.
GT20. Of course, Infinix GT Pro will
Yes.
have better performance, will have everything better. It will
Hmm.
just cut you off in terms of software experience.
Hmm.
Software experience is not as polished as Nothing OS 3. You will run into a lot of UI wise, it's not that polished. It doesn't look that modern and all of that. Plus, here and there, you will run into settings and options which will make you confused. So, if that is not your topmost priority, if your topmost priority is performance, then GT20 Pro will get better. But CMF Phone 1 overall is a good phone if you're comparing.
Wait, did you guys saw the OnePlus 15, the OxygenOS 15 launch yesterday?
Oh, yes,
You
I
know?
was asking, can we watch it live? Can we watch that portion live? Reacting on it. You want to react?
Yeah, let's try it out. Let's see. I did saw bits and pieces of it.
Hmm.
I saw
I
a lot
didn't
of
saw.
screenshots
I
on
only
Twitter.
saw things on Twitter.
Twitter,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
what. I didn't see the entire thing. I just saw it on Twitter. So, if in case you guys don't know, OnePlus has just launched Oxygen OS 15 teaser. I think it is out on beta on OnePlus 12 to limited set of people, OnePlus 12 and OnePlus Open.
Hmm.
We already installed Oxygen OS 15, but that didn't have that many features. But as far as I've heard, they have had the dynamic island that has music, live activity, all of that stuff. So it is very inspired from iOS.
Mm-hmm. Acha, we have this super chat, and I also had this question that I always wanted to ask. S20, first let's take this question, and I will also ask my question after it. S23 at 256 GB or S24 at 256 GB? I'm asking about the UFS 4.0. So I have, like, on top of it, I have this question. So let's say, how much difference does an UFS make? Let's say there are two processors, which is basically the same, but one comes with the UFS
UFS
4.0,
3.1,
3.1, and the other is 4.0, and let's say the N22 is 1 million. तो जिसका कम होगा, how much impact will that less UFS will have?
How much impact does less
In terms of
UFS?
percentage, and how do you quantify that data?
If you're talking Antutu benchmark, it will
Huh.
have 10% ka difference. You will get more performance on UFS 4.
Huh.
But in real life,
Huh.
see, if you see head to head, two UFS 3.1 and UFS 4 storage, both in terms of normal read and write, if you're just
First of all, what is UFS? Help me
so
understand with an
help you understand.
analogy.
So if you have a laptop, there's
Huh.
something called a hard drive, there's something called
Huh.
an
Huh.
SSD.
Huh.
So
Huh.
just imagine all of these are SSD, but as soon as the number goes on increasing, that's the latest model. It can do higher read write speeds, it can do higher transfer speeds. So UFS 4 is the latest one, UFS 3.1 is one generation older. Companies don't usually make 128 GB UFS 4. That's why everyone who's using 128 GB has UFS 3.1. UFS 4 starts from 256 GB in the market. So right off the bat, in terms of benchmark, you'll see a difference. But smartphone OS aren't that simple. They use random read write speed. So in practical life, there will be millisecond ka difference. If you are downloading a huge game from the Google Play Store, maybe that will do faster. If you are copying 3 or 4 GB file on both the phones, maybe there will be a difference. But who copies 3 4 GB file on your phone storage?
Chalo, what about this example? I'm recording a 4K video
On
in an
your phone.
external drive, or maybe in the same drive. Then do you think that will make a difference?
So smartphone camera, like OS and storage doesn't work that simple. Like they'll always keep creating buffer, and then they'll dump from the buffer to the storage. So it's not like I'm directly accessing the storage. It's always there in the RAM, and then it will dump it somewhere else. So again, those milliseconds of difference. But people always have this thing: my smartphone will age better if it has the latest specs. Maybe in that aspect could be. Maybe 3 4 years down the line, when you receive the latest OS, maybe that utilizes it better. So in that terms,
Yeah, makes sense. Also, if there is a new game that's coming out and it's only for the UFS 4.0,
nothing.
and
They never do like that.
nahi?
This is something that the OS handles, like applications, and has nothing to do with it.
Okay, so should we react?
Yes, let's go. Let's go.
Pratik, you're so smart. It's It's the public that's saying it.
कुछ भी यार. I love reading about this stuff. It's not like if someone asks me and I'm gonna tell it. I generally keep reading about this. Oh.
When you touch the screen,
Like,
the animation
I think
rendering pauses
is it
to
me
catch up.
or you also feel the OnePlus logo
It's like
is
your
slightly
phone
not
is stuck in
symmetrical?
Is it? Is it? Let's go back.
It's okay, man. It's
Bring
fine.
pauses to catch up. It's like your phone.
Oh,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
When did, oh.
Twitter was right.
It actually felt like the Apple event.
Yeah.
Screen. The animation.
Oh,
rendering
they have the
pauses
same
to catch up.
position and stance. Let's go. So
It's
we
like
should
your
not go
phone
this
is
hard on
stuck
the
in a
process,
traffic
right?
jam. When you tap the screen, everything else has to pause while it processes that input, causing those annoying tiny lags
Okay.
in animation.
Is this
And
in
each
the
one of those
reference
add
of
up. It's like
what
trying
we
to
heard
make a
on Twitter?
turn during rush hour.
Yeah.
The
Huh?
stuff of nightmares.
So they are showing OxygenOS 14 and this is
But
highly
with
slow-mo.
OxygenOS 15, we've switched it up.
Wait
Thanks
for
to
it.
our industry-first innovation using parallel processing, your phone does not have to choose between responding to touch or keeping animation smooth. It does both at the same time without missing a beat. We didn't stop at just
We
raising the
didn't
bar.
stop at just raising the
Parallel
bar.
processing can maintain
Parallel
the
processing
silky
can
smooth
maintain the
response,
silky
even
smooth
when
response.
opening and switching between more than 20 apps. And as we can see,
Oh my! Oh, nice, interesting. They just showed it.
we've transformed today's most demanding power user imaginable.
They literally showed. I think like.
So this is something that is not on YouTube, but on Twitter, One UI animations are usually talked about, and with the Chinese media, they talk a lot about One UI animation and how it can be improved. But I never thought like OnePlus will take a dig at it.
Yeah, interesting. And they show the whole phone.
And we got a Craig from India
Yeah.
for GTA 6.
GTA 6.
So Amit has another interesting question. My question to both of you is, what is your best OS?
What's my best OS?
Come on.
The goat, greatest of all time.
Greatest of all time. See, if you talk about features, it has to be One UI.
Huh.
It has to be always One UI. But I will always have a soft corner for Google's Pixel UI.
3 reasons. Give me 3
Three reasons. First of all, you are an enthusiast, you get all of the features first before everyone else, like let alone everything. It sucks that they usually bend it and give all the features to the budget phone and everything, but that is there. You get the features first. Second, for some reason, they've still not been able to, the animations and everything up feels much more smoother and native in Pixel UI, but one of those machine learning features which they introduced way back in Android 11, there's tiny features where they listen to song in the background, or if someone replies to your message, they automatically translate it into English. You can copy and paste from the app overview screen. Those small touches here and there, since I've used 10 different OS, I really appreciate that. Number 3, there's no number 3, there's only two reasons. Okay. No 3 reasons. I don't have any third reason. Third reason is it's Pixel UI.
It's Pixel, just
UI.
like it's
Every 3 months they give you a feature drop. That's the third reason. What's yours? I think you have recently tried One UI. You were on iOS. So how are you comparing both of them?
I would still say, if I have to talk about my favorite OS, or what, even if I talk about objectively, I still think iOS is better. Let me give you 3 reasons. Chalo. Not just that, 3 rational reasons, huh, which you won't
I'm
get
listening.
which you won't get in Android. I think there are 2 parts of it. First part would be iPhone or iOS has always been, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but it has always been the market leader when it comes to a lot of features. And yes, let me talk about the first part first. So ecosystem, iOS always thrived on it. Pura ecosystem hai, and Android is slowly catching up to it. A lot of ecosystem features are now coming to Motorola and Samsung, so that is coming to it. iOS already have it for a very long time. So ecosystem would be one. Second, I would say they did realize their shortcoming and how they have fulfilled it so fast in just 2 years of update. They have most of the customization. You can change the icon packs now. So they have now customization that is there. App locker is there, call recording is there. So everything that Android users used to say, okay guys, I have call recording, I have
Someone
customization.
will comment from I'm using Poco F1 and I have all these features.
Yeah, but now iPhone also has it. So iPhone has it.
Yeah,
also.
the third feature.
Uh, and third feature is again something that Android is slowly copying. You all know it. Updates. 7 years, like iPhone used to say, we have 6 years of update, 7 years of update. Now you have started seeing this in the Snapdragon event or any on all the Samsung phones or even Motorola. Everybody's talking about updates, but they were the first one to talk about updates when even it was not a marketing thing. So these are the reasons. They were always the market leader, and they had some shortcoming which they have fulfilled very quickly in 2 years.
I think one argument that I would agree to, and where I feel iOS is better than Android, is Apple is always a product company. Them designing the OS is the primary thing they do it to fulfill the user. Whereas on the other hand, Google has always been an ad company. The motive will always be to somehow monetize you through ads, because they give away the Android OS, everything, Gmail, all the services for free. So their way of getting you is to somehow get you into ads or somehow push notifications and do of that. So the Android's tendency will always be to do that, whereas iPhone's tendency will always be to serve the user first. That's one logical argument that I always agree upon.
Yeah,
Apart from that,
I can give you another logical argument. Look at desktop. M1 came with ARM processor. ARM processors on smartphone exist for eternity, and x86 on desktop. Since M1 came on desktop,
they copied. They copied.
There is the market share. Abhi pata hai, in 2030, they said that the ARM processor will have 50% market share on desktop, and the boost was given during COVID with M1. So
laptop, not
desktop.
desktop.
So they were the one who make the needle move. And when they do it, like they give the 20% boost on ARM processor on desktop, and uske baad se Snapdragon Elite has come, and all of them. They were not making those ARM processor on desktop before that, and because they needed the software
they
that works on it.
but that didn't work very well.
Yeah,
I think they did before.
They did before, but the software, the app
and I think
developers were not
Chromebook
making
were
app
also
for
on
it.
ARM.
They were also on ARM, but they were not enough developer making
So that's
software for that.
That's what happens when a bigger company steps into something. They bring a lot of attraction, they bring a lot of monetizable content, so developers and everyone has to step in. That's how a bigger company should be. But yeah, I get your point. M1 was a very major move.
So even Snapdragon is a big company, and they try to make Snapdragon ARM processor for desktop, but the developers were not making software. The moment Apple made it, many developers flocked in and they made software. And since software is there, only then the hardware can mature.
When hardware comes for
It's like both things will work in tantrums.
Okay.
Chalo, let's take some questions. I think this Apple versus Android debate, this is never ending for everyone. Like you just can't help yourself.
This happens once a week in TechWiser. This still happens once a week. I am on sore roads with Shobik because he's using the iPhone 16. I like him a little bit less now.
And Shobik is completely in Apple ecosystem. Na? You have the iPhone, you have the Apple Watch, and the MacBook.
Don't worry, guys. I'll be doing Ghar Wapsi.
No, that's the reason you had in mind. You have to go all in. All in.
Yeah, I know, but
No.
using the ecosystem, I feel like Android is where my heart belongs to.
So
also the job.
So yeah, the final news of the live session is geohotstar.com.
Oh my god, how many of you guys have seen the saga?
So this week has been a phenomenal ride for Jio. So first of all, if you guys don't know, Reliance Jio has taken over Disney Hotstar in India. So IPL streaming, due to better quality of the network or app infrastructure, now IPL and all the match streaming will be happening on Disney Hotstar app. So that's why they were going for a domain called geohotstar.com, which is normal. Companies, when they collab, they mix their name. So some guy, an app developer from Delhi, already purchased the JioHotstar.com
in 2023.
in 2023, and he wanted Jio to fund his education some 1 crore rupees or something to sell back the domain to him. But then Reliance response was, we are not giving you money and we are just going through legal suit. Anyways, you will have to give us back. But now today, the app developer has sold the domain to some kids in Dubai, and in Dubai, Indian laws don't apply.
Yeah. Can we get an article for that? The last I heard, he complied. He wrote a letter on Twitter, and
He
was
said that
like,
if
I
I
will
will,
comply.
I'm ready to give, but if someone, but today it came out that
Out
someone
of nowhere.
took
Very
it from me.
interesting.
So there is a very interesting concept called domain squatting, also known as cyber squatting. It is like a digital land grabbing. If someone already has a land, you cannot claim that land to be your own. So similarly, if someone has a trademark for a name, you cannot grab the domain name and ask them for money. It comes in some sort of extortion and all of that, profiting off of someone else's trademark.
Yeah.
That happened with PS5 and a lot of names in India.
Let's have the article. Welcome to Arjun. Is this the article?
No, it's not the article, it's the website, what it shows us of now.
So what do you go to
Sure.
JioHotstar.com?
Interesting.
That is up there on the screen.
I want to know, what does Honest Chat think of it? Like, which, if there is two side of the coin, which side of the coin you would like to relate?
Oh, so yeah, these are the siblings from Dubai to whom he sold, or they are claiming that it was sold to them.
Whatever it is, now the domain belongs to those
people in Dubai, the siblings in
Yeah,
UAE.
it's gonna be very interesting journey. Grab some popcorns, turn on Twitter, and then see how the things goes.
Tune into next SNL to find out what happened.
Let's hope Geo passes the white check.
White check.
Okay, so before we wrap it up, should we take some quick and hot questions?
Yes.
Chalo guys,
Let's go 5 questions.
है ना?
5
And
questions.
guys, you also get creative, but not too creative.
Be creative, not the creator.
Why social media quality on Android is so bad? Do we need more creators to point it out? Is it?
We usually do it. Like we did the best smartphone comparison from Pixel to Samsung and iPhone. So we did point it out. It is not bad. What happens is, see, this is my phone camera app. So if I just open my app directly and take a photo, the camera will do a processing. The Xiaomi HyperOS will do the processing, will give you a better photo, better HDR. But the moment I open Instagram, hopefully I don't disclose anything, and you go here and you take a photo, the photo quality will be slightly degraded. It will have less post processing, which doesn't happen in iPhone. So this is what we are talking about, social media app quality. On Samsung and Pixel, it has gotten way better than the past, but still iPhone does it better.
Okay,
so yeah, simple answer, social media apps have too many Android phones to customize. Even a lot of smaller companies have come up and said it's difficult for us to do for all the Android phone, whereas iPhone there's only 3 or 4 or 7 that they have to support. So that's why.
Next up we have, bro, I'm getting admission in a medical college this year. Congratulations, man. So I need a smartphone and a tablet.
So I'm getting Apple 16.
So Apple, one option is for a tablet, we have Apple 16 or the M2 iPad, or we have the M3 iPad. Which iPad do? M1 Pro. We have the M1 Pro. Or Samsung S24.
No, I think it's M2.
M2 Pro.
M1, okay. And or Samsung S24 and Tab S10, or is it better to wait for S25 and Tab 11? See, hands down, I have to say this, being an Android fanboy, I know medical students take a lot of notes. You need the Apple Pencil. I think investing that money in an iPad would make sense in the long term. Tab 11 will come later on in the future. Not pretty sure if 1 year can make that much of a difference. But the app support and the way the apps work with Apple Pencil on an iPad is way different. iPad is, I think, 2 or 3 years ahead of Android tablets as of now. So it comes down to productivity, note taking. If put your money's worth, iPad is the thing. So if that is the combination then you're going for, then it automatically comes down to iPhone 16.
Very interesting. And this is like Janhit mein Jari comment. I have the iPhone 10. What should I switch to? Under 35,000, all around camera should be a good. Please mention something good. I trust you guys.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. I think if you are coming from an iPhone, most likely you are gonna switch to an iPhone. But then the budget is 35,000 and
35,000. This is the iPhone
35,000
13.
13.
Or you can, like, this is very dicey and you will have to use
Uh,
a lot of brain. But if you can go in the second hand market or Cashify or OLX and try getting the iPhone 15 in 35,000 with good battery health and all of that, then maybe, or else I think it's iPhone 13 if you're coming from an iPhone. On Samsung, if you want to, I think S23 is a good phone. You will get better camera compared to your iPhone 10, but I'm not sure how you will like in terms of One UI and iPhone versus that's iOS classic iOS versus One UI debate. But
Okay, DK is asking. This is a very simple one. S23 Ultra does call recording give announcement? No, you don't get any announcement. Don't get beep sound. In fact, I use this feature every day. I'm currently on Fold, so there's an option where you can enable automatic call recording, and every call that you take, whether you get it or whether you make a call or receive it, it will automatically
we do
record
call
it.
recording, so
There's no beep sound, nothing.
automation.
And it's perfect. Works like a
That
charm.
beep sound only comes when you use a phone that has Google Dialer. Oh, I thought you were picking up something.
Yeah. I'm looking for someone like this is would be the last or the second last question. So I want the most interesting one, and that can work
Help
out
a
for
lot of people.
help a
Yeah.
lot of people. Yeah. Uh, 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 let's see. A lot of Samsung S23, S24 questions
है ना?
today. I think price 25,000. Then
So if you like the effort, like the stream right now. Meanwhile, when you are picking up questions, like the stream.
okay, yeah, this is the one. Interesting. So Mayank is asking, Mac versus custom PC for long working hours. Pew pew. And how does it work with you guys?
And how to work with you folks.
How to work with you?
How
guys?
to work with you folks. Contact at the rate tech. No. Career at the rate techwiser.com. We will call you.
Yeah. Even if you come at contact at the rate TechWiser, we will
Still call
definitely
you.
still call you.
And like the stream for that. Like the stream for the effort. Mac versus custom PC for long working hours. Oh man, it's a very see, if you want to play, I'll make it simple. PC will always be cheaper than a laptop because you get to customize, you get everything cheaper. You lose out on the portability, but you will get really good performance. You will be stuck to one place, but you could play awesome games and build a good gaming room. If that is what you are tilting for, go for that. If you want more portability, you don't want a game, all your apps from your school, office, or college, I don't know what's your age, if those work on a Mac, then get a Mac. In our case, we mostly use MacBook because we edit on Final Cut Pro, but we have proper monitor and workstation because we need more performance at a lesser price. We don't want that much movement.
Chalo, last question you pick.
So I'll pick.
Last question. And guys, you can also get creative, but not the creator.
Creator be creating.
Pick something that can, like work and help a lot of people in the stream. Oh, guys, you can also afford it. Oh, nice. We have like 400 people in the live stream. This is the highest so far.
The moment you start answering questions, I'm thinking, let's do this. Have you heard this? I'm not sure.
One?
Opinion on One UI 7 first look.
Can you pin it?
No, that's the question. I cannot pin it actually.
Okay, opinion on One UI 7. I did so a couple of leaks, but I didn't dig a lot deeper in it.
So for guys who don't know, every company, since Android updates is working in Android, people are buying phone based on that. Every company has announced their Android 15 update. You got beta on everyone. Samsung is the only company that said One UI 7 will come next year. Usually Samsung is the first to give updates, but this time they have been last. Even Motorola has announced. but they will be working on major revamp. I'm excited to see the animations, and they're saying there's gonna be a whole overhaul in terms of how the UI looks. I still feel feature-wise, One UI is really good. If they work on animations a little bit, it will be much more smoother to use, because I've shifted to Xiaomi 14, and on HyperOS I can instantly feel that the animation is better. So that's one thing. But you use a Fold 6. Do you find the animations a bit jarring, or is it something that you don't notice, like feature over all of that?
To be very honest, like earlier when I switched from iPhone to Fold 6, I was using the double screen, the open, what do you call it when you open it?
The inner screen.
Inner screen.
Folding screen, yeah.
Inner screen quite a lot. But what I've realized is now that I'm acclimatized to this thing, 90% of my time, even 95% of my time is just spent on this. The
Cover
only
screen.
time when I'm opening cover screen, the only time when I open this, when I have to use the S Pen, or when I have to draw it to show it to someone, or when I have to watch something on Netflix. These are the 95% of the time I'm just using the cover screen, and wahan pe I don't notice anything, no any वैसा वाला difference. But I think this is not just me. A lot of people that I've talked to, they also see the same thing. Most of the time, you will be using the cover screen, है ना? But and it's a big but. The moment you switch to the inner screen, it takes a lot of time. Like then you really like it. Should we wrap it up, or are we taking more questions? I think we've been
live for almost 1 hour.
It's more than a 1 hour. So let's save something for the next day. And so final words for this live stream.
Yeah, on that note, happy Diwali, everyone. I think, you want us to take the diya? Bro, that will look weird. With the diya and all. So from Team TechWiser, happy Diwali to all of you. I think SNL will not be there next weekend, since we are all going out of town, and I think we're trying to match our work schedule with don't do the aarti. So yeah, have good food, spend it with your family, travel. Awesome content is on the way, and any suggestions for the live stream, you can tweet it out or you can mention the comment below. And this is me and my co-host Mrinal and Shobik signing off.
Happy Diwali!
Happy Diwali!
Pew pew pew.
You have to end the stream. Oh, they say ना ऐसा फूक के नहीं बुझाना चाहिए.